Well, hello. I want to welcome you to more of a talking type video today. What I want to talk about today is something that I was inspired to do a few years ago by Stephen Brown. Stephen Brown did a video called Why Aren't You Doing Pen Reviews? And that came kind of at a magical time for me because I had just won a Noodler's Neponset prototype back before the Noodler's Neponset had been issued in the market, and a lot of people were curious about the Noodler's Neponset. So I said, okay, I'm going to film a review of this thing. And here I am a few years later. I think 3 years later, something like that. I didn't look up my starting date. But anyway, let's pretend this is an iPad. The way I used to film my reviews is in front of the iPad or this laptop that you don't see. It's over here. So I'd have the iPad, and I'd talk into it and review. And then I'd do my writing sample. So hold the iPad up like this, and I'd write underneath it. And that turned out... Don't fall. That turned out about as well as you can expect. But I'll tell you what, that's probably my most viewed review of any pen to date. So, there's something in that. I'm just going to say, don't let equipment get in your way. You know, there's lots of barriers. You know, some of us are very good at negative self-talk. I'm looking down here, which I shouldn't be doing, but I'm doing it because I have it written down. What really matters is your presentation and your content. They matter a lot more than your technology. If you have a good personality, you're more likely to attract viewers. So, I've been slow to grow. I don't know what that says about my personality or what I have to say, but, it is what it is. With the right technique, you can actually somewhat compensate or work with lower quality equipment. You know, these lights that you don't see off to the sides here are really helping me. I have good sound now. I mean, that was annoying, but I've got a good microphone there now. And light and sound are two of the biggest things with reviews or videos in general. So, yeah, they really help. You know, even back when I was using the laptop, if I would turn on the right lights, I would look a lot better. And it would sound a lot better. All right, so why would you want to do this? Well, here's why. We all have something to say, whether it's about fountain pens or about something else. I happen to really like fountain pens. I also like physics, and I plan a whole video series of videos. That sounded weird. This summer on physics. I like my garden. I like my small house, so I don't film too many reviews about it. But I do have a house. I have boring driving videos all over North Dakota and South Dakota, and hopefully soon Montana and parts of Wyoming. You have an audience. Your people are out there. I was watching a video this week made by a guy who started doing videos back in the 1980s in his living room with his VHS camcorder. And you remember those. You used to hook them to your VCR, which was hooked to your TV. So you'd be doing all that at once. And the camcorder was like this monster, like professional looking thing that sat on your shoulder. So he started. So he'd film videos, not fountain pens, just kind of discussion type things. And then he would send them to his friends, and they'd just trade videos around. So a very small audience. Now we live in an era where some guy sitting in front of a camera like I'm doing right now can reach millions. Well, I only have 600 and some subscribers, so let's say I'm reaching 600 people. The point is, we're in an amazing era of communication. You can communicate with your people. They're out there. So there's a good reason to do it. You have something to say, and you should say it. Share it with people. And if it really freaks you out doing this, write it. Do a blog. Communicate your unique perspective. Add something. We can now find information on just about any topic. And it may even be something that's that's very well traveled. It may be something unique. You know, I'm not a unique fountain pen reviewer. Others have walked this route before. What I think I bring to the table is I like to do the short reviews. So I try and keep mine right around 5 minutes, except for vintage pens. And I talk a lot more about the manufacturer and the history when I do vintage pens, or at least I'm starting to do, because that's kind of a new thing for my channel. So, that's kind of new for me. And of course, who else does driving videos in North Dakota? This guy. So, some benefits. You definitely learn a lot about talking and presenting yourself. I did a project with my chemistry class where I had them... they were supposed to present some stuff about structure of the atom, and then we recorded it so the other chemistry class could see it. Oh, awkward. So other people are going to hear our stuff, and they would talk into this microphone, the one you're not seeing that I keep pointing at and almost touching over here. Well, that was very hard for them. And they all hated the sound of their own voices, especially our foreign exchange student. He didn't like his accent. But hearing it over and over again, it no longer bothers me to see myself on video or hear myself. I've accepted it, and I've gotten better at it. Watch my earlier reviews. You'll learn about your verbal fillers. I know I still have a stammering problem, but I've gotten a lot better at the uhs, the okays, the really slow, let's go to sleep type of talk. I've gotten better at all those types of things, grammar and writing. You learn a lot, at least I've learned a lot about video and software editing, lighting, the technology behind the video. I mean, you might notice if you divide the screen up in thirds, right about here is a 1/3 line. There's another one. I'll try and put my hand on it. Oh, shoot. I forgot to hit mute. That's a mistake I don't usually make, and I'm looking awkward right now. My other hand is on... Okay, I'm not on the 1/3 line. Here we go. Now I'm on the 1/3 line. So I was a little off. Anyway, here's the two 1/3 lines. And here... This is really hard. It's all backwards on the computer screen. Approximately here and here are the other two 1/3 lines. Vertically, you want like your horizon either on this line here, I have to look at this, or this line here. Don't put it in the center. Don't put yourself in the center. You learn those things. And of course, I do photography on the side, so I do have a little bit of a head start on that particular topic. But learning to edit video together, learning how not to fill it full of nonsense, learning things like do this before you start talking, because then I can sync what's coming from the microphone with what's on the camera, because they're not recorded together anymore. What came out of the camera was pretty awful, and I had to do a lot of editing before I'd even publish it. So yeah, that was dandy. And then the social aspect. I've met so many people by doing these videos. This is in a virtual sense, of course. People like Chris Rapp 52, who's a fountain pen reviewer in New Jersey. Larry Barones, who lives down in Texas. Trying to think. Of course, as soon as I forget somebody will be hurt. So I'll just stop there. Two people in two parts of the country that I'm unlikely to ever get to, and they're probably not going to come to North Dakota, because who comes to North Dakota? Now that the oil's down, people are leaving the state again. But anyway, so social, and these are like-minded people that are into fountain pens. Whatever else they may be, they like fountain pens. That's something we have in common. How many people do I find in North Dakota, especially my little small town, that are into fountain pens? Well, okay, I can think of two. They're both students, so yeah, it's not like we're going to hang out and talk fountain pens. But anyway, that's pretty fun. You get to learn more about your subject. I've learned so much about fountain pens doing this. The new ones, the vintage ones, the history, the filling mechanisms, the technology, the materials used. Wow. It's also almost 9 o'clock, which I should be thinking about bed, and I'm talking to a camera instead, so I'm not a night person. I should do this in the morning. So you get a lot, and you're sharing. You may actually add something. When I did my video on the Pon 52, guess how many reviews are out there on YouTube about Pon fountain pens? Or my Centro pen. There are a few Centro pen videos out there, but not very many. And my model, my Kaweco V14S, none of which are laying over here, I got to add something new. So that's pretty fun. Now, yes, there's a few drawbacks. One of the drawbacks is you should film regularly. And that can be hard if you have a busy schedule. I have found the scheduling feature with YouTube helps a lot. So I can film like 3 reviews in a weekend and then upload them all to YouTube and set the schedule so that they appear once a week at 3 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday, Mountain Time. That's when I have my reviews scheduled. These pens in use videos that I do, 3 p.m. Mountain Time on Fridays. My driving videos, 8 a.m. Sunday mornings. The scheduling is awesome. Another one is you better grow thick skin if you're going to do YouTube or anything public, because you will have trolls and you'll have criticism. Now, criticism, if it's well meant, even if sometimes it comes across harshly, you can work with. You either say, yeah, that's a good point. I really do need to stop saying, or yeah, maybe I should look at the camera. Oh, yeah, maybe This is kind of blurry. Maybe if I turn off the autofocus and just leave it focused, it'll work better. That's a good one. Maybe Mont Blanc isn't pronounced Mont Blanc. Maybe it's pronounced Mont Blanc. Useful. That's what I got this week. Now the trolls, I don't have time for them. If it's harmless stuff like you sound like Kermit the Frog or you're boring, who cares? I don't care about you. The weird sexual ones, yeah, they get erased as soon as I see them. It could be a financial burden if you don't budget. Some people feel like, I have to buy a pen every week. Well, gee, guess why I do rodeos from time to time or other things? Because I don't want it to be a financial burden. I have a budget and I stick to it. At some point, you're either going to make a mistake or you're going to be misunderstood. And especially if the people are passionate about it, boom, they'll take you to task. I would suggest, watching some videos on technique, reading a little bit about technique. Watch your own reviews. Rewatch them. Say, what do I like? What don't I like? What do I like about other people? What don't I like about other people? And you will improve and get better, which I think I have done. Am I a high-quality Matt Armstrong-style review? Oh, hell no. Probably never will be. I don't have that personality. He's got that very professional demeanor. I don't. I'm me. But can I improve from what I was? Yes. Do I want to lose who I am in the process? No. So, I would encourage you. Sorry, I have to keep looking. I'm almost out of time. I would encourage you, if you're not filming reviews, start. Whatever your passion is, it doesn't have to be fountain pens. And don't worry about other people. So anyway, I don't care what your passion is. Find it and do your own thing. Find your own style. Bring your own unique voice, your own viewpoint. And yes, make YouTube and the blogosphere something, a true resource. Add your own voice. Bring out this potential this technology has brought us. So I thank you for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.